Hello, my very dear Cancers. This is your reading for the week of July 30th, or whenever you hear this and it resonates with you. And of course, it's not for every Cancer in the collective. The song that I started hearing for you as I was starting to get in touch with Spirit for this was a duet by Barbra Streisand and Judy Garland, and I didn't remember both of the songs, but they were Happy Days Are Here Again and Forget Your Troubles, Come On, Get Happy. But what I really loved about this, and what seemed to be really a predominant feature of why Spirit was giving me this, was because the song was sung in a very slow, deliberate way. It wasn't all, jazzy, happy, come on, na, 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 na. It was very, very measured. And with that, I had the feeling that the message was important, really important. Happy days are here again. So it's letting you know, Spirit is letting you know happy days are coming. But then the second part of that was seriously important, which was forget your troubles, come on, get happy. And with that, what my feeling was the two were really essentially important together. That happy days are coming, but it's equally important for you to forget your troubles and get happy. And for me, what that means, and especially and now that I've pulled the cards, I'm looking at it going, this really correlates very well with the information I was getting before I pulled the cards. And that is this. You're being told, that if there is anything from your past, especially if there's any sense of betrayal or a sense of having been done wrong by somebody, you're being asked to have compassion for yourself first, have compassion for the situation, and compassion in a way that kind of moves you away from needing to blame and kind of nudges you towards being curious about why it happened. But even further to that, you've got the grace card coming up twice. And when you look at grace, certainly in terms of a spiritual context, it's really about kindness and compassion that is open to you, benevolence and goodness that is available to you. Now, of course, we're talking energy, right? So that is really saying to me, you have got divine blessings from Spirit, from angels, from God, however you want to contextualize that in a spiritual template for yourself. But that you've got energy coming to you to help you move away from the old story. And that was a part of what I was getting earlier was, can you acknowledge what happened at the same time now as being able to let the story go? Is there more to learn from it? Or is it something now that you can just put to rest? Can you find peace with it? Because it feels to me like, Cancers, you've done so much work in reevaluating who you are, what your worth is. And in the context of that, sometimes what you'll do is you will look back and you will say, oh my God, how did I put up with that? How did I ever think that was all right? Why did they think that was all right? And it can be in friendships, love relationships, work, it can be in all manner of things. But the thing is, that kind of questioning is very different than the kind of questioning that sounds like this. I wonder what their path was in that. I wonder what their healing mechanism might be. I wonder if they're all right. I wonder, but not a wonder in I need to figure it out in order to be able to let go. The I wonder card allows for intuitive messages to come in. When I say the card, when you play the I wonder card, the I wonder is a great way to initiate intuitive messages coming to you. But it's also a way of holding it in a space of curiosity that is about everybody growing. It's about everybody learning, as opposed to must figure it out so it won't happen again. Need to have an answer so that I can feel okay about myself or that I can forgive them. This is about, if you look at any of those situations and you can choose to not take them personally, if you can see it in a bigger cosmic context of everybody's got their own stuff going on and we're all doing the best we can, even though sometimes it's a little bit not great. If you can really allow yourself to look at it in a bigger context, then in more of a consciousness evolutioning, evolving context, then it's going to be easier for you to not hold on to acts of hurt and betrayal in a way where you keep perpetuating that energy. And again, it's going to be quite natural as you've liberated yourself from some of those relationships and some of those patterns to question it. And it's worth questioning it so that you can understand the context. The thing is, there's a certain point at which staying with the story just perpetuates it. So ask yourself this: is there more for me to learn about this that is going to help me evolve? Is there a message here for me, for my higher conscious mind, that I need to look at? And if it is, let it come to me. But not by you analyzing it over and over and over again with your logical mind, because that can get to be kind of a loop, a trap, okay? What you want is to take yourself out of that story. Be who you are now. Sometimes when you keep perpetuating the story, it's literally almost like you put yourself back into the energy of who you were in that story. That's definitely what we don't want you to do. What we want you to do is lean into divine grace. We want you to remember that you've got a higher conscious mind that has always been there with you, has been accompanying you on this journey, and has watched you go through everything and lovingly held you. And when I say lovingly held you, what I mean is it's held you in a higher conscious awareness. It's held you, whether your conscious mind has been aware of it, in a heart space that has wisdom, that has the capacity to understand without words, and that has the ability to learn and let go and move through. This part of you, the higher part of you, has never judged you, criticized you, condemned you, or anyone else. So that's an energy, the observer energy is an incredibly high frequency, and it's from that place that you can remember to be compassionate, to look at the whole thing as a process of growth and evolution. And you are being reminded in the process of all of this, whatever you come up with about yourself, Cancers, please remember you are so much more than you often give yourself credit for. Let yourself really get in touch with those moments of joy. Look for them. Spend time experiencing that quality of joy. Expect them. And one of the things that really helps move you in that direction is to decide, whenever you go into any kind of interaction, on the telephone, in public, just imagine that all of your most wonderful qualities that you know are there, and even the ones you don't know are there, are bubbling all around you and are going to be attracting to you the best possible experiences. Sometimes when we have been treated in a certain way, where we have felt misunderstood, not treated well, betrayed, abandoned, whatever that icky hard list is, we forget that we have all those wonderful qualities, because it is hard not to take it personally when those things happen. So remember the bubbly quality. Remember those great qualities. Let them be there. Understand that whoever you were involved with, whatever the situation was really, really seriously about them, and let it be less about who you now allow yourself to think yourself of as being, if that was English, I think it was. Okay? Lean into divine grace. Look for moments of joy. Expect things to be better. And understand that there is a higher consciousness you that you can call on and that you can lean into with divine grace. Okay? Happy days are here again. Forget your troubles. Come on, get happy. It's a positive message, and it's supporting you in moving towards that. Okay? Take care, Cancers.